Never before in any Indianapolis 500 have so many changes occurred in such a short period of time. Hi everyone, I'm Bob Jenkins. Welcome to the 1993 edition of Legends of the Brickyard. The Speedway got a dramatic facelift in the offseason with a new, higher and stronger retaining wall, as well as 2 new warm-up lanes entering and exiting the pits. The addition of rumble strips in the corners prevented the drivers from running below the white line. The changes weren't limited to the track, however, as new drivers came to challenge the experienced and proven veterans. But no one expected the biggest change, as 2 of the best in the history of the Indy 500 stepped down prior to the running of the 77th Indianapolis 500. May 1993. After 11 months of inactivity, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway springs to life in anticipation of the 77th running of the most prestigious and spectacular sporting event in the world, the Indianapolis 500. Optimism is the dominant mood, and speculation abounds on how changes to the track and cars will enhance safety, reduce speeds, and improve competition. When these high-tech racing machines are ready to roll, they'll enter and exit from new warm-up lanes on the north and south ends of the track. A 30-inch wide warning strip of recessed grooves will remind drivers to stay above the white lines in the corners, and a grass buffer separates the track from the warm-up lanes. The new retainer walls have been built higher and thicker with steel reinforcement, and the fences are taller with twice the number of support posts. Early afternoon on opening day, the roar of the engines drowns the speculation, and practice begins in spectacular style. Jeff Andretti returns to Indy hobbled by leg and foot injuries, takes a test drive through the new grass, and follows up the next day with an unexpected hot lap through the pits. Former Formula One world champion Nelson Piquet also returns after leg and foot injuries. Piquet gets a quick reminder of how safe the new cars are, and rookie Robbie Gordon rushes the wall as well. Early week hot laps of 225 plus by Arie Luyendyk fall short of last year's top speeds by nearly 10 miles an hour.
Thank you.
Midway through the first week of practice, Indy's most celebrated rookie, reigning Formula One world champion Nigel Mansell, makes his debut. Mansell is recovering from recent back surgery, but in 1 day of practice, he completes his entire rookie test, then returns to the track to post the 4th fastest lap of the afternoon. For 2 other rookies, the outcome is not so successful. Robbie Buell takes a high line coming out of turn 2, spins and hits the wall hard. Later, Buell's teammate Ross Bentley spins twice coming out of turn 1 before making light contact with the wall. It's the beginning of a tough month for Dale Coyne Racing. Arie Luyendyk's 226 plus is the fastest unofficial time of the week, while Mario Andretti and Raul Boesel both reach the 225 mark. Ford-powered cars have dominated the speed charts and appear to be the main contenders for winning the pole position. The first day of qualifications is always the busiest as drivers attempt to win the inside track for race day, the pole position. In the morning practice session, A.J. Foyt appears to be up to speed for making his 36th Indy 500. But Robbie Gordon makes contact with the wall for the 3rd time this week, prompting A.J. to make a stunning announcement about his future.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. A moment unprecedented in Speedway history. Making his last appearance on this 2.5-mile oval in the car number 14 that made him famous. The 4-time winner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, A.J. Foyt, is officially announcing his retirement. And here he is. The green flag flies, and A.J. Foyt is on his way.
The fans have brought me back as many years I've been back, but I felt like if I'm going to run a team, I can't be in a race car. Seems like every time I'm not with the car, something happens, and I love all y'all a lot. You've been great fans. I love you, and I'll still be back, and we'll still be up in the winner's circle. Thank you very much.
With Foyt's surprise announcement and with the off-season retirement of 6-time pole sitter, 4-time winner Rick Mears, the new look Speedway is ready for some fresh faces. But 53-year-old Indy veteran Mario Andretti becomes the day's first qualifier with a strong average of better than 223 miles per hour. As track conditions worsen with the rising heat, Lyondike and many others wave off their first attempts. And Gary Bettenhausen cuts a tire while making a respectable run. Despite the heat, many of the drivers find the speed they need to safely make the race. Defending Indy 500 winner Al Unser Jr. sorts out his car to become the fastest of the Chevys and qualifies 5th fastest overall. Raul Boisel is next up and continues his solid performance this month by posting the day's 2nd fastest time so far, putting Dick Simon Racing on the front row for the first time. Mario Andretti's provisional pole is looking better and better as 4 hours pass with no attempts until shortly after 5 o'clock.
And here comes Ari down the main straightaway. The checkered flag is out, and we have our 11th qualifier.
Lyondike leads the happy hour crowd with a 4-lap average of nearly 224 miles an hour, good for the 1993 PPG pole position. This year, the PPG pole winning team receives $100,000, and the driver takes home a conversion van from Chevrolet and StarCraft. Nigel Mansell, who also waved off an earlier attempt, makes a last-hour charge for the front row. Mansell uses the entire track trying to squeeze some extra performance from the car setup. He nearly touches the wall coming out of turn 4 and recovers to finish the run, qualifying with a somewhat disappointing 220-plus average. Team Penske's hopes for a front row start rest with Emerson Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi has been one of the fastest Chevys during practice, and this former Indy 500 winner is always a threat to find the fast way around.
And he's on it. Emerson Fittipaldi on the main straightaway, our 13th qualifier.
Emo's lap times are strong, but not fast enough to earn a front row start. Instead, he will line up on the 3rd row alongside of Mansell. With pole day complete, the main job becomes simply making the field of 33. Jeff Andretti puts his struggles behind with a strong run. 1983 pole winner Teo Fabi finds plenty of speed, as does Gary Bettenhausen back after yesterday's brush with the wall. Mark Smith becomes the first Smith to make the provisional starting lineup at Indy, taking a speed many consider to be way too slow. And Stefan Gregoire electrifies the crowd at 5:59 with a last-minute dash that makes him the fastest rookie in the field and the fastest qualifier for the day. Week 2 becomes a story of the haves and the have-nots. Qualified drivers can shake down their backup cars and test race day setups, while the non-qualified drivers search for the extra speed needed to make the starting grid. John Andretti spends much of his week getting 2 cars up to speed for the Walker team. Andretti is still hoping to find a permanent ride for himself. Dale Coyne's team continues its hard luck month as Eric Bachelard and Robbie Buell both hit the wall, destroying 2 cars within a half hour. With A.J. Foyt managing his team full-time, Robbie Gordon looks like one of the strongest unqualified drivers, as does John Andretti, who lands a ride on Foyt's team. The popular Andretti makes the field first and receives warm welcome from the hometown fans. Gordon is next, putting his car safely into the field with an average of 220 plus. Late in the day, Mark Smith is bumped as expected. 10 minutes later, he's in his backup car, knocking Eddie Cheever from the field. By the day's end, the field is full. 4 bumps have taken place, and 1986 Indy 500 winner Bobby Rahal sits on the bubble with rain in the forecast for the final day of qualifying. Luck at Indy changes as fast as the wind, and on a gusty Sunday, Eddie Cheever's luck is about to change. Bumped only the day before, Cheever returns to the track in the brightly colored number 59 from John Menard's team.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby!
Here's Cheever off of 4 on the main straightaway, taking the checkered flag from Dwayne Sweeney.
It is fast enough, and Eddie Cheever is in the field with a 2:17.599 average. Eddie Cheever is back in.
When the drama is over, Cheever is in, and defending IndyCar Series champion Bobby Rahal is out. Didier Tays bumps Mark Smith, leaving the field without a driver named Smith for the 77th straight time. And Rahal gets one final chance, but falls short. The field is now set for the 1993 Indianapolis 500.
Come on over here. Here you go. Park here. Park here.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Race day. The stage is set for what could be the most competitive 500 in years. Just under 7 miles per hour separates the fastest from the slowest car in the field. The smallest difference since 1970. 4 Formula One champions and 6 former Indianapolis winners help fill out a truly international field. A field that will approach the 77th running of the Indy 500 with an undercurrent of caution because of the new track configurations.
The crowd roars. They stand. The engine's gone. Lyondike goes to the lead. Here we go to Bob Jenkins to start the race. Bob.
Here they come down the main straightaway. The field gets the green flag, and we're underway as Boycell and Lyondike race to 1.
Raul Boycell has taken the lead. Ari Lyondike is running in second place, and Mario Andretti is third. They've got crew number 1 clean and green, and a great move by Mario.
Mario looked to the inside, could not make the pass. There's a big gap between Mario, then back to Al Unser Jr., who's running in 4th position, cleanly through 2. We watch the back of the pack.
Raul Boycell still has the lead through 4. Lyondike is running second. Mario third. Then it's Al Jr. Then it's Scott Goodyear. They head toward the start-finish line. Bob.
Nick Simon never led a lap here as a driver, but his car is now as Boycell still has command. Raul Boycell, turning laps in the neighborhood of 210 miles per hour, sets the early pace. When Jim Crawford spins on the backstretch. Crawford maintains control and dips into the pits to replace some badly worn rubber. As the race leaders dash to the pits under the yellow, Kevin Cogan, Al Unser Sr., and John Andretti take a gamble and stay on the track. Cogan, the slowest qualifier, leads briefly. Exiting the pits, Boycell passes the slower-moving Mario Andretti, a move that will later cost the hard-charging Brazilian a stop-and-go penalty. Al Unser Sr. works the yellow to his advantage, taking the lead from Cogan shortly after the restart, and becomes the oldest driver to lead the race at age 54. Every time he leads a lap, Unser adds to his all-time record number of 629 race-leading laps. At the 30-lap mark, Unser and Cogan remain at the front of the pack, but both must pit soon. 2 laps later, Unser gets a break when 85 Indy winner Danny Sullivan tags the wall exiting turn 3. Sullivan's contact brings out the yellow, allowing Unser to pit without losing too much ground. With Unser's pit stop, Mario takes the lead for the first time today, the 11th Indy 500 he's led in his career. Rookie and former Formula One champ Nelson Piquet ends his first Indianapolis 500 after just 38 laps with a blown engine. A disappointing end to Piquet's amazing comeback. So far, changes to the track and to the cars have made passing more difficult. Restarts and pit stops are more critical than ever before, and driving ability is more a part of the race than it's been in recent years. The lead changes early and often as Arie Luyendyk takes charge on lap 47. Big Al regains the top position 11 laps later. John Andretti, in his 6th 500, leads for the first time at Indianapolis, and so does his teammate, rookie Robbie Gordon. For the day, 12 different drivers would lead, including 3 rookies. 24 lead changes would take place, making it one of the most competitive races in Indy 500 history. Last year's runner-up Scott Goodyear manages a few leading laps, but Mario Andretti and Nigel Mansell soon take over, putting the Newman-Haas team in the lead for the next 61 laps. The Fords are beginning to dominate. Taking the lead on lap 70, Mansell becomes the second reigning Formula One champ to lead the Indy 500, a feat previously accomplished only by Jimmy Clark in the mid-60s. Team Penske, usually one of the front runners at Indy, is having an unusually quiet afternoon until Paul Tracy tangles with Scott Brayton in turn 3 on lap 95. Tracy is eliminated, but the caution period allows his Penske teammate Emerson Fittipaldi to avoid being lapped by the hard-charging leader, Mario Andretti. On lap 113, Mario extends his lead to nearly 18 seconds. He's looking for his first win at Indianapolis since 1969. Racing action is slowed briefly on lap 128 as Roberto Guerrero and Jeff Andretti cross paths for the second time this month. Both cars are eliminated. As the yellow caution period begins, race leader Mario Andretti is out of fuel. He attempts to pull in when the pits are closed and is penalized with a stop and go. Al Unser Jr. takes advantage of Mario's misfortune and takes the lead on lap 135, the 11th different driver to lead this year's 500. With 3/4 of the race complete, Little Al retains the lead, followed by Mario, Big Al, Emerson Fittipaldi, and Scott Brayton. Now, Emerson Fittipaldi has battled back from a lap down to compete for the lead. Lap 168. Fittipaldi is up to second behind Mario as the pair exit the pits. Both should be able to finish the race without stopping. 1 lap later, rookie Robbie Gordon drops out with gearbox problems. Gordon, one of the top young American driving prospects, is greeted with an enthusiastic cheer from the Speedway's fans. Under the yellow, Raul Boesel is issued another costly stop-and-go penalty, his second of an otherwise very competitive afternoon for the 6-time Indy veteran. 26 laps to go. The end of the race is in sight, and Mario leads the field toward the start-finish line for the restart. But as the green flag falls, Mansell outsmarts the Indy veterans, charging from 4th to 1st with one tremendous move. Mansell picks up the pace, and Mario loses ground with handling problems. 20 laps to go. The top 9 positions are within 1/2 lap of each other. With Nigel Mansell still in control on lap 182, Lynn St. James' car stalls near the pit entrance, bringing out the yellow and setting up another critical restart. And the green flag is out. We are back to racing, and Emerson Fittipaldi makes a move on Nigel Mansell. He's got him going into one, but Luyendyk is also right there.
Oh, they went side by side, and Mansell fell all the way back to 3rd place. We got him coming right at you.
Emerson Fittipaldi, quiet most of the day, takes the lead and slowly stretches his margin. 10 laps to go. Fittipaldi leads Luyendyk by 2.6 seconds. Mansell by just over 3 seconds. Working the entire track, Mansell brushes the wall in turn 2 to bring out the yellow on lap 193. And the field lines up for one more restart. Coming out of turn 3, ready to take the green, Emo slows down, causing the rest of the field to follow. Using an old dirt car trick, Emo gets the jump at the restart and holds his position. 4 laps to go. Fittipaldi's lead is less than a second over Lyondike. Less than 3 seconds separate the first 5 cars. Lap 197, 10 cars are still on the lead lap, and anything can happen. 198, Emo turns the fastest lap of the race at better than 214 miles per hour.
He heads to the start-finish line. The checkered flag here to call Bob Jenkins.
Emerson Fittipaldi takes the checkered flag and wins the 77th running of the Indianapolis 500. Brazilian Emerson Fittipaldi's 1993 Indy 500 victory makes him the first foreign driver to win the race twice and puts team owner Roger Penske in victory lane for the 9th time in 25 years.
I think to win Indianapolis is something so special to any driver. And to win twice, for me, is just fantastic. I mean, this means more than anything I won before.
Arie Luyendyk returns to the pits where a jubilant Chip Ganassi celebrates his team's best finish at Indianapolis.
You did great, man. You did great. You want something to drink or anything?
How do you like that move on Mansell? Huh? How do you like that move on Knight?
Great.
I said it's time to go racing, man.
Not far from the celebration, there is pain, both physical and mental. Nigel Mansell wins Rookie of the Year as a reward for his solid 3rd-place finish. Teammate Mario Andretti finishes a disappointing 5th, despite leading 72 laps, more than any other driver on this day. Raul Boesel overcomes 2 costly mistakes to finish 4th. And Scott Brayton turns in a consistent performance to take 6th, tying his best finish at Indianapolis. After nearly a month of practice and preparation, less than 7 seconds separated the top 6 finishers. Overall, 24 cars were still running at the end of the race, including 10 that completed the 500 miles, and one 46-year-old Brazilian who did it faster than anybody else. In a season of change, when improvements to the speedway led to higher standards of safety and even higher levels of competition, the tradition of the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing, remained untouched. Emerson Fittipaldi's win marked the first time that a foreign-born driver had won twice here at Indianapolis, and he was only the 3rd driver to win after his 40th birthday. Nigel Mansell was unanimously declared Rookie of the Year with his impressive 3rd-place finish. But the 77th running of the Indianapolis 500 will be remembered mostly for the absence of A.J. Foyt. After 35 starts and 4 wins, Supertex decided to step down as a driver and become a car owner. I hope you enjoy the 77th running of the Indianapolis 500. I'm Bob Jenkins. Join us for another Legends of the Brickyard.